Throw that crap out. Actually, these are rice cakes. They don't even have any fat. What's up, guys? Today it is a Thursday. It's a gloomy day outside, but I have the perfect rainy day activity, and that is to talk to you guys about the 5 nutrition mistakes that you're most likely making at home. Mistake numero uno. Your mom doesn't always know best. I don't know about you guys, but when I was growing up and I was hungry, my mom would always say,
have a handful of nuts, have a banana, have an apple.
So for almost the same calories, you guys can, there's a lot better options that you can have that are more satisfying, more filling, and have better rounded macronutrients. So for example, instead of having nuts, you could have some beef jerky. Beef jerky is pretty high in protein, has a little bit of carbohydrates, and is pretty low fat, whereas the nuts are just pretty much primarily fat. So a lot of people think that they can't eat ice cream while they're cutting or trying to lose weight. So instead of having an apple, you could have an ice cream enlightened bar, which is tasty, more well-rounded nutrition, and it cures your sweet tooth. Alright, so instead of having a banana, which is all carbohydrates, you could have something like a Quest cereal bar. Same amount of calories pretty much, but you get some protein, carbs, fats, pretty much like the moral of the story with all of our substitutions, that it's just better rounded nutrition. Guys, just be really careful, because I'm not saying that a banana and an apple aren't a healthy snack in moderation, but really mixing it up and making sure that you're getting well-rounded nutrition, it'll help you get to your goals quicker. So make healthy substitutions, but be mindful of what you're putting in your body. Mistake number 2, food companies want money, not muscles. So what I mean by that is, when you go into the grocery store, every box that you see is a marketing tactic labeled with protein, gluten-free, organic, everything you could think of, and it's really, they're not actually living up to what they're selling. Protein, that's a big one that you'll see on the box. It might have like 6 grams of protein in it, 40 grams of carbs. It's not actually a protein-rich source of food. Mistake number 3, stop drinking your calories.
This is a common mistake that I think a lot of people make. Starbucks is a prime example. For example, what I'm going to use is a green tea frappuccino with regular milk and whipped cream on top. A tall is going to be about 500 calories. You could easily substitute that with a sugar-free caramel frappuccino, which sounds like caramel better than green tea, which is going to be like half the amount of calories. So you have to be mindful of what you're going to be ordering when you're somewhere like Starbucks. Same thing with smoothie places, juiceries, all of that is just loaded with sugar and carbs. It's so important to look at what is actually inside of that drink than just going off of the name, green tea, whatever.
Mistake number 4, fat makes you fat. Wrong. So fat doesn't make you fat. I've talked about this in previous videos, especially with regards to a ketogenic diet, but for a normal person on a normal diet, the bottom line that I want to get across is don't fear fat. It's common in most of your foods, but at the same time, don't go out and try and find fat. Like, don't eat 8 avocados a day. You know, there's no need for that. So saturated fat has gotten a bad reputation for raising LDL cholesterol, and that's the bad cholesterol, but you really need saturated fat in your diet to actually build muscle. So one study by Volek and Kramer actually showed a positive correlation between saturated fat intake and serum testosterone levels. So pretty much bottom line there is you need saturated fats in your diet, you know, coming from things like red meats, coconut oil, cheeses. These are all things that are high in saturated fat that would be good for you to implement into your diet. Watch out for bad fats like trans fats and things with hydrogenated oil. One study by Salmeron and Hugh showed that trans fats had an increased risk for type 2 diabetes, whereas polyunsaturated fats actually reduce the risk for type 2 diabetes. Bottom line, if you have anything with trans fats or hydrogenated oil, throw that crap out. Actually, these are rice cakes. They don't even have any fat. Mistake number 5, not knowing how to read a nutrition label. You really need to know how to read a nutrition label. I think this is something that should be taught when we're in school, but I'm going to teach you a very general way to read a nutrition label. So, looking at this box of Honey Nut Cheerios, the first thing you should look at is total calories. Total calories here is 110 calories per serving. Serving size is going to be on the top. So serving size 3/4 of a cup. That's dry measured. Then from there you should look at the macronutrients, pretty much where those calories are coming from. So you can see here 1.5 grams are coming from total fats. Total carbohydrates 22. It's made primarily of oats, so of course it's going to be high in carbs. And then proteins 2 grams. Just giving you a basic idea, those are the things to look at. There's all those subgroups. You can look at things like sodium, potassium, saturated fats, fiber, trans fats. Again, if it has trans fats, throw it out. And then also the ingredient list. So the ingredient list is on the bottom. Usually you don't want your first or second ingredient to be something that's crappy. Now unfortunately here, these are Honey Nut Cheerios. So the first ingredient, whole grain oats, that's good. Second ingredient is sugar though. So ideally you want to stay away from anything that has added sugars, but you know, having it every once in a while, it's not gonna hurt your progress. Sugar is actually not that bad for you. But that's another video for another day. So hopefully you learned something from this video. Even if you knew all those 5 tips, I just reiterated them for you. But if you had no idea, now you at least know that the first most important thing you should be doing is reading the nutrition labels on the food you eat. So comment, like, subscribe. I really appreciate the support and your feedback. Keep coming back for more videos. And if you're interested in online coaching, you know where to find me.